salesperson, what's something that you have to live through that other people don't because they're not in sales and they don't understand? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about why people don't understand what's going on. And so here's the thing. If you're in sales right now, people do not get what it takes to close a deal. They're non-believers. And they don't know what it's like. What happens is when somebody comes up and just starts telling them all the reasons why they can't do it. Right? I remember all the times in my career, how many times people would come to me like, hey, Scott, you can't do it. And how many times it felt good when somebody came to me and they're like, hey, Scott, I believe in you. I know you can do it. And so non-believers are one of your worst people that you should be around when it comes to sales. And they don't understand that their little grind against you, their little bump against you, their little retort it hurts. And so there's nothing worse than being in a relationship with somebody who doesn't understand how bad that sting can be, right? It's not just in sales, it's just in life in general. But especially when you're in sales and you're out there and you're like, I live on commission only. I only get paid for what I kill. I don't eat until I go out and I make a sale and I close a deal. And so people who work out of an office, people who get paid the same amount every month, there's no way that they can understand this unless they've done sales. And some people will tell you, it's not for me. I can't go back to sales. I couldn't live on commissions, right? So the non-believers are one of your biggest threats. So I have this belief that anytime that somebody comes at me with a bunch of negative stuff, unless I need to hear it, I shut it down, right? I don't listen to talk radio. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to like negative people because that input can hurt me. And so, like, for whatever you have going on, you got to pay attention to your inputs. And so, people who are not in sales, they don't understand this. They just think like, hey, I'm going to talk back and forth. I've always got my headphones on, right? Because I don't want to hear people tell me their negative stories. At the grocery store, I'm like, I look at people and I'm like, I'm not talking to you because you're going to give me the story about how you save $3 on a gallon of milk. I don't care. Not my thing, right? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I'm gonna keep my soundtrack going on. I got a book on CD or audio program or some house music or some Hawaiian reggae. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna hang out with a negative person. And like, you got to understand that people who aren't in sales do not understand this concept. Like, you have to protect your brain. You have to protect your brain as your income. You have to pay attention to what's going on. And non-believers in the world of sales who are there to tear you down, they're not the right people to be around. Like, I can't say this like anymore. I could drag this out. I could probably talk about it for 10 minutes, but it's going to come back out around the same thing. Non-believers who don't understand your product, your service. Like, you know, there's days where you go to the office and it's just a bad day at the office. You got a good product, you got a good service, but you just had a bad day with a couple of employees that work with you or coworkers, and you're like, oh, I don't feel, and they start tearing down, like, but your product has problems and your office has issues. Like, nope, don't go there. Sometimes it costs you less to get a therapist if you're losing deals than it does to keep consistently losing deals. Pay the couple $100, go talk to somebody, get that crap off your chest, okay? Stay away from non-believers. Something that people who are not in sales do not understand. Now you got one thing to do from here, just one thing. Find the subscribe button and click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update that says Scott Bell Consultant sent out a video. You should check it out, which you should. We'll see you soon. Thanks for dropping by. Aloha.